Hello, hello, hello. I am really glad to have you here with me today. Let me adjust this a little bit. All right, there we go. All right, so today this is just streaming to the Facebook group and then it's going to my YouTube channel, but nobody watches my YouTube channel. So it's really just coming in here, which means it just makes it easier a little bit to repurpose the information if I get it over to YouTube as well for my team. So that's awesome. And I need a new camera, so pardon the matrix glitches that you're seeing here on the screen. Um, but today we're going to be talking about how you're ruining your sales and other people with this particular perspective, is what it is. This perspective. And so I was in a Facebook group and somebody was like, I got a not yet from someone and I just need to do better. And how can I be better? And can anybody give me any advice? And this is coming from somebody who was really crushing it. I guess they had kind of gone on a streak of people saying yes, yes, yes. But I think it's really important for everyone to remember that there are many reasons why someone would choose not to work with you. There are so many reasons, and a lot of them have nothing to do with you. What? I know. Now, I'm not saying that we're all out here like I'm a perfect person in terms of like my sales game, if you will, but I mean, I think some of you who've been in the group for a while, you understand that I don't really look at it as a game either. So it's more like, am I able to show up authentically and really say what I think and what's on my mind in terms of how I best think it would help this person? So when I show up 100% authentically to my alignment sessions, that's what I call my sales calls. When I show up 100% to my alignment sessions, then I am being what I like to call, and what Joe Mann, he's also in the group, calls an ethical seller, ethical selling. But, it's true. Somebody might have a limiting belief about themselves or many limiting beliefs about themselves, which would keep them from moving forward with you. And let's be honest, there is only so much you can do in whatever amount of time you've allotted for your calls. There's only so much that you can do before, like you're not going to be able to undo years and years and years of limiting beliefs in an hour if your calls are 60 minutes. Like you're not going to be able to. But if the limiting beliefs are so bad that you can't, like they can't even step up to the plate, right? They're not even willing to swing the bat just to see what the hell's going to happen. Then there's not much you can do about that. But here's another one. They don't have any money. They don't have it. Let it go. So there's this thing, it's a balance, I think. It's a balance between, can people find the money? Yes. But in some cases, people don't have it. And there's the other thing too, like with the mindset that somebody would be coming in, right? So let's say they're like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna borrow money from my dad. I'm gonna borrow money from my sister. I'm gonna borrow money from Bob down the street, right? And they're like, hey, I'm gonna scrounge it together, basically. And maybe if you have a different type of program, like if you are running a sales program, for example, and so if somebody follows these steps, they will freaking make money. Cool. But in terms of at least my programs of people who things can have like a longer impact, right? I'm not about having you scrounge up money necessarily, because it puts you in a bad mindset, right? Now, I guess the difference too is that, am I pressuring you to do that, or have you decided to do it on your own? So there's a difference there, and we're going to talk about that, because remember, you're always looking for a good fit. You're not looking for another sale. That's the difference. You're looking for a good fit, not another sale. Tea. You're always looking for a good fit, not another sale. And that really shifts the perspective. Because if you're busy chasing down sales, you're going to run into the fact that they have a whole life of influences that are not you. And the work that you have to do in order to get them to buy from you could do a lot of things. But what I want you to understand as well is that you can damage your ability to show up authentically if you're always focusing on chasing the sale. You damage your ability to show up authentically because instead of saying what genuinely is resonating from in here, you start to say what you think will get them to sign with you. And so that damages your ability to show up authentically, and you start getting pulled in various directions. And it's just really, it's not a good look. The whole point that, like, if you're interested in radical authenticity, it's because you're tired of being pulled into so many different directions. If you're interested in a brand that is infused with your radical authenticity, it's because you don't want to be jerked around. So if you are focusing on, oh, it's always me, it's always me. If I get a no on a call, then it's always my fault and it's never anybody else's fault. And I'm all wrapped up in it. If you've ever seen the movie Soul, it's almost like you can become like those big giant monsters who go from being in flow to being obsessed. If you've seen that movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. But you just get so wrapped up and obsessed with how it's always your fault and if they say no, it's your fault. Right. So on the flip side, though, this could actually turn you into an unethical seller. You remember how I said they have a whole life of influences that aren't you? You could end up turning into an unethical seller because of the things that you will be willing to do to get them to say yes and sign with you. So I have a TikTok video I'm going to share with y'all. It's funny because I'm actually wearing this jacket that I'm wearing in the video, but I have a quick TikTok video I'm going to share with you guys to kind of illustrate this point about unethical selling. So here we go.
Hey, did you guys know that there's a knife that gets...
Here, hold on. You may have actually seen this already, but let me move that because I don't want you to miss the subtitles if you need.
Hey, did you guys know that there's a knife that gets so hot it instantly turns your bread into toast when you cut it? Dude, imagine stabbing somebody with that. Well, if it was that hot, it would instantly cauterize the wound, so it wouldn't be very effective. It's effective if you want information. What? Why would you be stabbing people when you could have toast?
So the goal of that video was, so the person's talking about a knife that gets so hot, like it turns your bread into toast, right? And they're like, this is so cool. This is so great. And then the other people, they're all me, right? I don't know if you could tell, but they were all me. The other people are like, oh yeah, but like, how could we weaponize this basically? How could we use this to manipulate people to get them to do what we want to do? And that was the perspective I took in the video. And so that is actually what happens is people learn about things like emotional intelligence. They learn about things like neurolinguistic programming, which is a part of emotional intelligence. They learn about people's motivators, and they learn about personality types. And so what ends up happening, instead of looking at, hey, how can I use someone's personality, like under my understanding of their personality to communicate with them better? It's, oh, how can I use my knowledge of their personality to manipulate them into doing what I want them to do? How can I use my knowledge of neurolinguistic programming to get them to sign on the dotted line and give me their credit card information? What happens is you could damage someone's ability to make decisions. And this is what I've seen described in a lot of cases as you're on a call with somebody, and your goal isn't to see if they're a good fit. Your goal is to turn them into a quivering pile of jelly that can't decide their own way out of a paper bag. Like, that's how bad it is. And not to mention, you could damage their decision-making ability or their confidence in their decision-making ability in future cases where they would want to work with a coach, because they will forever remember the time where you brought them so low on a call that they just couldn't see any other solution except for you. And that was what that TikTok video was meant to illustrate. So the question I'm going to leave you with is, do you want to manipulate people into your program? Do you want to manipulate people into buying your services or buying your products? If that is your goal, then this is not the group for you. This is not the group for you. I am not the person that you need to be hanging around, because that is the exact opposite of what it is that I believe in and what it is that I'm trying to help my clients do. That's what I'm trying to help anybody in this group do. So please, if that is your goal, this is not the group for you. You hit the leave button. If you don't know how to leave, let me know and I will send you a DM video showing you how to leave the group. But if your goal is manipulation, then you could be damaging somebody else's ability to make decisions. So Remember, you're always looking for a good fit, and there are a variety of reasons why someone may not move forward with you. It could be a no, it could be a not yet, it could be that y'all aren't a good fit. And as an ethical seller, it's your job to kind of see those things coming, because if they feel like it's not a good fit, you also feel it. We know you're also feeling like it's not a good fit. So just let them know professionally, end it, the call, maybe make a referral, maybe give them some other resources. If maybe it's like, hey, not yet, give them some resources that you might have in your content library. But please keep in mind that there are so many reasons why someone would choose not to work with you. And if you are showing up authentically to your sales calls, whatever you call them, clarity call, discovery call, alignment session is what I call them. If you are showing up authentically, then that means you are open on an emotion in your emotional intelligence to be able to help determine whether or not it's a good fit, if it's a no, if it's a not yet, or if it's a hell yes. All right. So that's what we're looking for here, and work on that. Right. But just accept that there are certain things that are outside of your ability to influence. There are certain things outside of your capability, and you will have a much better relationship with sales for your business. So thank you so much for joining me. And just a quick reminder, I know we've gone a couple minutes over, but we've got 2 spots now left in the Why workshop that's being held on Friday. If you cannot make it on Friday, let me know. I'm already giving the workshop to 2 people. Well, they've paid for the replay and a 30-minute call with me to go over the why worksheet that we'll be going over during the workshop. But we've got 2 spots left. So if you're going to be one of 10 amazing entrepreneurs, business people, then you're going to want to grab that spot very, very soon. So I'll see y'all later.